Books. What do you read? You need the first slide? Can you have the first slide up, please? There you go. Flat Earth Clues. Okay, introduction by Mark Sargent. Here you go, everyone. Mark Sargent. My hand.
Was that Rick? Rick Hummer, thank you. By the way, Rick Hummer, if you don't know, he used to MC, he MC'd Dallas and Denver and Raleigh, and I've been spending the last 4 nights with him, and so if it sounds like I'm a little out of sorts, bear with me. Thank you, thank you. And by the way, thank you to Karen B. I know I can't see you guys because of the house lights, but Karen, you made all this possible, so thank you, thank you. I don't know where we'll be next year. I hope it's Vegas. My vote officially on camera is for Vegas, but we'll see where it is. So for all you new people that haven't been here and don't know what I do, I'm going to bend your brains a little bit. And then afterwards, there will be a Q&A, so I'll bend your brains for hopefully 15, 20 minutes. And then we will do a Q&A microphone, where? Somewhere down there? Guys, help me out.
Yeah.
Okay, there'll be a microphone, someone will be manning the microphone. You do not have to go to the microphone until we get close to the end, and you'll know because I will say either in conclusion or to conclude, so you don't have to, hover around the microphone. And I will answer as many questions as I can until they rip me off stage as and can't run into the other room for some reason. Okay, so. Let's see, what else was I going to cover real fast before I got into this? I just wanted to frame it a bit. Oh yeah, and since Halloween is approaching quickly, I thought it might be appropriate to start this conference off with a bit of a ghost story, a bit of a mystery, a bit of a riddle. And it reaches out from beyond the grave. And it is called The Kept Secret. And we're going to do a little slideshow that goes along with this. So if you're into Flat Earth long enough, some of you guys know that most of our time is spent answering questions. How does this work? And what about this? And since I've been doing this for over 7 years, going on 8 years, next year, I get my fair share of questions. And the usual suspect questions go a little bit like this. Mark, what about meteors? Mark, what about solar eclipses? Mark, why do you carry 99 cents in your pocket? Well, because that way I always have exact change. Think about it. All right. One of my favorites is, Mark, how can something as big as Flat Earth be kept a secret? It is a good question. To reinforce this point, I look to the wisdom of this man. Next slide, please. Ben Franklin said that 3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. I somewhat disagree with this statement. Given the right motivation, secrets can be kept at any level, and for the first time, I'm going to share with you one of mine. Next slide. In 2015, several months after the clues were made, my family let me know that an interesting handwritten letter had been discovered. This very letter. Up on the screen. This isn't just a demo letter, that's actually the real thing. It's probably been a little while since you've read anything in longhand, so I have transcribed the contents, and the letter goes exactly like this. Next slide. Seriously, if any of you can read that from there, I'd give you a gold star. So, you notice in the corner of that letter, by the way, before I even read the letter, it is written and sent from the city of Chelan, Washington, November 1st, 1935. It was sent to R.S. Purvis, El Rey Apartments, Seattle, Washington. Dear RSP, I say, what ho, pip pip, cheerio, and all that sort of thing. Did you get my letter on the 15th as well as the one on the 27th instead? You didn't? Well, I admit, I must have forgotten to send them. But if I had written them, I would ask the following questions. How is ye old schoolwork? Ditto for the job. Is anyone in my private seat as of yet? With these fundamental points out of the way, road, we can proceed with the letter. Next slide. Life east of the mountains has changed swiftly in the past few days. I hope it hasn't affected you in the same manner. We are in the icy grip of a cold wave, the likes of which we have never seen before. Work is at a standstill in the orchards and packing houses because fruit cannot be touched while frozen. I didn't know that. The loss has been estimated from $1 million to $3 million, quite a bit in 1935. Worse luck for the growers, many of whom have more debts already than the Democratic Party. This morning it was 10 above zero here and colder elsewhere. I have a slight cold myself to keep in step with the times. Enough for the weather as you read it in the paper anyway, or do you? Same thing. I went to work as soon as I came back here and have been at it ever since. Most of my Sundays, next slide, I have spent going hunting with my gal, which accounts for the fact that I have written no letters or even had a pen in my frozen mud hooks since leaving Seattle. Great success has been ours in the field if one forgets that we went hunting for deer without results.